Welcome, Scott.
Thanks, Penn. I appreciate that.
Oh, look, it's Zippy.
Wow, look at
And
that.
he brought you, wow, that's pretty
Autographed
sweet.
basketball, BYU.
Basketball.
Zippy, you rock.
That's pretty nice. And I'm sure I get something comparable. Thanks, Zippy. I'm not sure what I can do with this.
Thanks, Zippy. You're the best.
Yeah, I sure love you too.
I don't understand the animosity between you two.
We've had many months of go back. We go back.
I see a lot of similarities between you two a lot of times.
Thanks, Scott. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're saying I'm a little too hairy. Well, Scott, welcome. And give us a brief overview of what the Recreation Division has.
Well, as a full-time member of our division, you realize that we're in probably one of the most diverse divisions that the city has. Just to go through some of the operations real quickly, we have adult and youth sports, of which you're a part of. We have our community special events that we do. Some of the facilities that we run are the Covey Center for the Arts, the Center, which is an activity center for the city, our Eldred Senior Center, and then the Peaks Ice Arena. And then to go along with that is our Recreation Center and Vets Pool operations. So it's something where we really have operations and offerings in about every possible way. And I think as you look at recreation divisions around the nation, we have a really wide palette of offerings.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Just that list alone was pretty comprehensive.
I'm tired just telling you.
Well, you mentioned youth and adult sports. What exactly does that entail?
Well, those are some of our largest programs that we do, and it's, I think, a way where we touch a lot of different homes, both in the parents and the adults participating, and also the kids that go along with that. On the youth side, some of our larger programs are the soccer programs, flag football, our baseball and softball programs, and those are where we really see some huge numbers coming from a community the size of Provo participating in our programs. On the adult side, a lot of people, not only in our community, but Utah Valley, come to Provo to participate in our softball programs, our adult basketball programs, and then also our flag football programs, and along with others like adult volleyball and those type of activities. So that's really something where we reach it well into the thousands to tens of thousands in these programs in their entirety.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't realize you provided these sports not only for Provo residents, but for people outside of the county even.
It's something that, it adds some diversity also to our program, to where we don't just limit these. So some of the facilities we offer and what a great job our staff does on conducting these things seems to attract people from other communities to Provo for their recreation activities.
Well, it says a lot about your programming for sure.
Yeah, and my staff.
So you mentioned the center, and how did it get its name? What happens there?
The center opened about 10 years ago, started out as the Teen Center. And what we found is that for the most value for the community, it was best to change it to as a general activity center. So we switched the name to the center, just what we needed, as you heard, one more center in our operation. But it's been a way to not only keep the emphasis on the teens, but also come at the community with activities and get people going there for special events, life enrichment classes, and those activities. And I think it's really blossomed over those 10 years to where it's running very successful programs that normally fill quickly, that citizens get very excited about.
And just down the road, correct me if I'm mistaken, but that's the Eldred Senior Center?
You bet. Just west of there on 500 North is the Eldred Senior Center. That's a recent addition to the Recreation Division. It used to be a division amongst itself. There was some consolidation done with our department as part of budget adjustments. So now that facility is under the Recreation Division now, and there's a lot of great worthwhile activities happening there. And that's also something where we're seeing some new and exciting ideas happening. So it goes all the way from providing a meal for the senior citizens every weekday to activities including fitness and social activities and dancing. Those type of, that really adds some enhancement to a senior's lives, and hopefully gives them a place to go to meet and to talk and to socialize, and also enhance what they have going in their lives.
Yeah, that's a great, oh,
Zippy.
This music is Zippy time.
That's
yeah.
And here he is.
The music starts. You got to dance with Zippy. Unfortunately, I can't stop dancing.
No kids this time?
No children,
I'm
just
glad we can
us.
go solo with our dancing skills.
Hey Zippy,
That's it.
thank you
Zip.
for your time. Thanks. Well, Scott, it's a great offering you have.
Yeah. What type of government television program are you running here?
Our standards are pretty on par with other programs
All
that
right,
other
well,
cities
you
run.
definitely have run an exciting element for your guest and everyone out there.
Thank you. I'll pass that along.
All right.
So Scott, you also mentioned the Covey Center for the Arts. What exactly, I mean, we had previous show where they kind of go into their programming, but why is that incorporated under recreation?
Well, I think recreation and arts have been a combination you see in other areas. When we got here, the Arts Council, which was a program area without a facility, that was under recreation. So it seemed like a natural transition that when the Covey Center for the Arts was built, that it would stay under recreation because it's enjoyed a lot of success and support from the entire division. The Covey Center for the Arts is in the former library right next to the city center in downtown Provo. So it's a conversion of a building. A lot of people are quite shocked when they come in they expected that we were just going to put up a couple hundred folding chairs and call it an arts center.
Right.
And when you go in there, it's a full service facility, an award-winning sound and light facility. And I actually got a chance to be a part of the construction project as one of the staff members responsible for it. So watching the conversion of a former library to an arts center was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's majestic just from a spectator or citizen's point of view.
It really does. There's always that one where you walk in the door on the upper level and there's the balcony and you just see the full vista of the Arts Center and you see how it's changed and what's been done with it, and it really is a first-class facility. And that facility is actually at 100% booking rate. So when you talk about a facility that a community needed or that there's been an interest in, that is a great example.
So you also mentioned the Peaks Ice Arena. So what can you tell us about that? Any expansions, activities going on there?
The Peaks Ice Arena is our most recent offering and addition to the Recreation Division. We were contacted by the Ice Sheet Authority in November 2008 to come in, and it was under private management, and they decided that now was a good time to try it. And it's actually November 2009. Sorry about that.
That's okay, Scott. I forgive you.
Time flies when you're running something fun like the Peaks Ice Arena. And they decided to go through this transition to public management. And it's something that happened fairly quickly. So we took over midnight on November 19th in that year, 2009, and we were operating it by 5 a.m. the next morning. We're experiencing over 400 people some nights on our public skates.
Wow, 400.
It's the home hockey rink for the Utah Blizzard, which is a semi-pro team, BYU hockey. Mm-hmm. It's also the home for high school hockey that we have here. We have great local adult leagues and youth programs. So it's really taking off. And the most recent addition is the addition of indoor turf area. There we had an area that wasn't in ice. It was a very large area, so we have over 20,000 square feet of indoor turf that now we can offer people for their play during the season here.
Gotcha.
So it is an exciting time at the Peaks Arena. We've really diversified the programming, and it's something that we're really excited about.
Well, Scott, I believe you have video of Zippy visiting some of these different facilities.
Well, we always enjoy Zippy's exploits at our facilities, so let's take a look and see what happened on a couple times Zippy's been around us at our wonderful recreation facilities.
Oh, look, and here's Zippy now.
All right, this is going to be a good one, Zippy. You ready to go to tape? All right, here we go.
Zippy, I didn't realize you had such a wonderful voice because you never share it with us.
Yeah, anytime a giant chipmunk comes by a recreation facility, just goofy things happen.
We definitely need to make our racquetball courts a little more chipmunk accessible though, Scott.
Yes, or the chipmunk might have a slight burden in that responsibility too, to size himself.
That's a good
right?
point. Tone it down on the food, Zippy. Get out. Get out of here.
I think we're going to move on, Zippy.
See ya. Get out of here.
Thanks, buddy.
November, there was the ballot initiative for the bond for a new recreation center. How did that turn out?
It turned out really good. And I thought what we saw was a culmination of our feasibility study, where the citizens drove that study. They told us whether they wanted a rec center or not at that time. Then they told us what they wanted in that rec center. So we came up with a schematic design for that. And then what better way to finish out this concept than to ask the citizens to vote yes or no on whether they want this concept and this facility in their community. So it ended up being successful, 4 vote. So
congratulations.
Yeah, that was
very
exciting. Very exciting for our division. So now the next steps are we will begin the architect selection to do the final design, the contractor, the person, and the organization that will build it. We're looking at a groundbreaking sometime spring of 2011 and an opening of fall 2012.
Well, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Penn. I appreciate it. It's good to be on the show. This is a lot of fun, and I'm excited for future episodes.
And for information about the Provo Parks and Recreation Department, visit us online at parks.provo.org.